burning issues under investigation. Sir, I mentioned behind closed doors, search and seizure inspection is happening. He is saying, I will arrest you right now, I will issue a warrant and I will issue arrest memo, I will arrest if you don't make payment of 25 crores. What will you do? Obviously, if you are working at that scale and if you think that you can escape, yes, a bhashan बहुत different and real life is very different. When you are on the ground and when the officers are there beating down your neck, you may have to comply at that point in time. So there are safeguards, sir. We need to understand what are the safeguards. If a search seizure is happening, inspection is happening, or if summon is also happening, after summons, that person, he tells me that, sir, you make payment of 25 crores right now as a recovery and you show it as voluntary payment under section 74 subsection 5, 73 subsection 5 in DRC 03 under self-assessment, and we will not arrest you. You make that payment, sir. Try to understand what is this concept I am saying. At any given point in time during investigation, first inspection, then search seizure, third summon, fourth arrest. In all of these, the person who has been summoned or the person against whom the investigation is there, he can make payment voluntarily at any given stage. But that needs to be voluntary. What is that? The section is section 73 subsection 5, 74 subsection 5. मीन्स की नोटिस इशू करने से पहले हम सब भुगतान कर देंगे, सर हमको जेल में नहीं जाना है, हमको एडजुडिकेशन भी नहीं चाहिए. आई डोंट वांट यू टू इशू शो कॉज नोटिस आल्सो टू मी. आई विल मेक 100% पेमेंट. I will admit the liability, voluntarily make the payment with interest with 15% penalty right now on the search premise. Please do not issue even a show cause notice. Now 2-3 days later the search party leaves. He retracts from his statement. He says that, sir, all of these payments which were recovered, they were under so much of duress. I am sweating. It is under duress and coercion and under so much of harassment. So I make the payment then. It is not voluntary, it is involuntary. And there is no authority under section 73, section 74 to collect advance payment. So that a particular order is issued under show cause notice which is issued 1 year later, order comes out 2 years later, and I appropriate the demand which is in that order with this particular amount. There is no. If you have collected any amount during investigation forcefully and if complaint is filed, statement is retracted, after the search party leaves, there are writ petitions, favorable judgments where refund has been given, not only the principal amount with interest. Huge safeguard, and this happens in all the cases. You retract from the statement, you say file a writ petition, or you say you file a complaint, say that all this amount has been collected without any authority of law. I have not made voluntary payment. I am ready to contest. Please issue show cause notice. So what is the concept of voluntary payment 74, 75? They say that if you make full voluntary payment, there is no scope of any litigation. But if he is saying tomorrow, I want litigation, I want my money back, I want to litigate. So the court is hell-bent, is obviously forced to say that there is no voluntary payment. He is saying he wants to litigate, please issue him show cause notice. How is it voluntary payment? Please refund all his money back. So these are the cases in Sri Nandi, Dhal Mills. Here we see in Swiggy case which we had mentioned at 4 a.m. in the morning. At 4 a.m. in the morning, so many crores of money were paid in DRC 03 in the guise of voluntary payment, but under the threat of arrest. 2 days later, the search party leaves, he retracts. Sir, this is illegal. They put a gunpoint at me, metaphorically, and I had to make payment. Please give back my entire amount. They were given back with interest. Refund. Because, sir, try to understand. Sir, this concept everyone should understand.
Time limit
क्या चीज? रिट्रैक्ट करने का कोई टाइम लिमिट नहीं है सर. एज सून एज पॉसिबल. इट हैपेंस इन आवर्स. प्रैक्टिकली जो हम लोग देखते हैं, एक दिन, आधा दिन, सर्च पार्टी निकलता है, नेक्स्ट दिन रिट्रैक्ट. आई फाइल अ कंप्लेंट, आई फाइल अ रिट. तो इसमें कैसे? लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड वन कांसेप्ट. Until and unless adjudication proceeding is started, which is DRC 01 or even not even DRC 01A, pre-show cause notice. No. Until and unless adjudication proceeding is started, show cause notice is issued, personal hearing happens, order comes out in DRC 06, 07. Order is demand liability is ascertained. You get 3 months to make payment. Then after that, if you don't make payment in 3 months, under section 78, under section 79, recovery proceedings can be initiated again. Recovery proceeding क्या है? बैंक अकाउंट फ्रीज कर दिया, आपका कोई डेटर है उसको पकड़ के पैसा ले लिया आपके तरफ से, आपका गुड्स है वो बेच दिया, नीलाम कर दिया. Those are recovery proceedings. So what is it saying? Recovery can only be done after adjudication. Where is the adjudication? You not even issued show cause notice. How can you take money during investigation? Investigation you do so that you find out corroborative evidence so that you can initiate adjudication proceeding. Investigation aids in adjudication proceeding. Investigation में पैसा नहीं लेते हैं. This concept needs to be very clear. This is a very big safeguard. But ये सब अभी है, लेकिन practical ground people still make payment, and the best safeguard is retract. apply for a writ, right? No, so in this particular Sugi case law also, it is mentioned this Paramveer Singh Saini, Karnataka High Court said this, where are the CCTVs? Where are the microphones? There is nothing. So they also chided the particular DGGI there for this. Sir, Bhumi Associate Gujarat High Court went 2 steps further. Before the instruction 02/2022-23 dated 17th August 2022 came out, Bhumi Associate in Gujarat High Court, this judgment, they gave guidelines to the CBIC. Said कि आपका कोई guideline नहीं, आप लोग arbitrary सब कर रहे हो. I will give you guideline. The guideline, first guideline, under no mode, check, cash, anything during any investigation proceeding, inspection, search, seizure, your summons, arrest, you cannot issue even, collect even a single penny. First guideline. Second guideline, that if the person even wants to come forward during search, say कि sir गलती हुआ, genuinely, sir मेरे को, for example, 1 lakh रुपये मेरे को जमा करना मेरा गलती है, मेरे को भूल कर देखे नहीं जो भी है, I will pay 15% penalty with interest, I will make payment right now. The officer or search party should say, no sir, don't do it right now, please let us leave. Because अभी आप कर देंगे, बाद में आप writ file करेंगे, बोलेंगे retract करेंगे, it has been forceful payment. So the court is saying, please let the search party go. Even if the person wants to come and actually voluntarily pay in DRC 03, wait for 2 days, 1 day, let him go, then you make payment. Third, now after all of this, now we will, sir, how many people know when we are making this voluntary payment, no forceful payment, voluntary payment, सच्चा payment करना है during investigation, can we use our electronic credit ledger? Can I get more replies? Do we know this particular law? Thank you. Exactly. So, as sir said that we can use the electronic credit ledger balance. What for? Making only output tax liability. RCM is not output tax liability. RCM is not under definition of section 2 of output tax liability. It is a different tax. Penalty, no output tax liability. Interest, no output tax liability. Late fees, no output tax liability self. We can pay using the electronic credit ledger balance at any given point in time during investigation, any given point in time during adjudication, any given point in time during recovery proceedings. But if you have to make payment of your penalty, late fees and all of those, it is mandatory to use our electronic cash ledger. So if any officer is forcing you and breathing down your neck and saying, sir, पैसा अभी जमा करके payment करोगे तो उठा के ले जाएंगे. And even if you have to make payment, please use your credit ledger so that your fund is not blocked, because ये रिट जाएगा, पैसा आएगा, कब आएगा, क्या आएगा भी आएगा जो भी है, right? So now after all of this pressure and all of these case laws, the department felt that we need to come out with a to close all this arbitrariness during investigation. So May 25, 2022, instruction 01, which I was mentioning, they took the suit of Bhumi Associate Gujarat High Court, and they mentioned that, sir, okay, there is no necessity to make any paisa payment during any investigation procedure. उन लोग finally बोल दिए. Also at the same time they said that it is clear, show cause notice issue करो, demand confirm करो, तब पैसा मांगो. They have said the law needs to be followed. 73 subsection 1, 74 subsection 1, order comes out. After that, demand in DRC 06, 07, 3 months still to appeal or to make the payment. If 3 month में निकल जाता है, section 78, section 79 में recovery start हो जाएगा, then आप recovery कर सकते हो, जैसे आप अभी कर रहे हो. But अभी तो आपका show cause notice issue नहीं हुआ. You are 2 years away from what you are doing right now. What? There is no concept of pre-tax, and there is no concept of payment under duress in GST. They are fine gentlemen here, you know, they may remember that there was a concept of payment under duress under central tax, central excise laws, right? Where an order comes in, you want to contest that, you want to go for appeal, but you don't want to go against the revenue also, you make full payment or bulk payment, and you win the appeal, you get back the money with interest. So there is no concept here, but the courts are saying these payments are collected under duress, coercion, and under this particular protest. This is not a language of GST law. There is no concept of payment under duress. Payment under this thing, protest, right? As we have mentioned all of this, we can take other safeguards also. We can mention violation of Article 265, violation of Article 300A, all of those things. We can say, sir, adjudication proceeding हुआ ही नहीं है, order ही नहीं आया, पैसा कैसे मांग सकते हो? All of these things are written, which I have mentioned here, right?